So these Claude Code managed agents are a pretty big deal. And in this video, I'm going to explain why, some of the ways that I'm thinking about it, how I've been playing around with them, and why I think it's really important for you guys to sort of linked in with the video that I posted recently around blocking the noise out. Claude Code managed agents are an incredible opportunity to block the noise out and figure out how to use this thing to create a business, whether an offer as an agency, build a SaaS around it, whatever you want to do. But we have an incredibly powerful tool here. And I think figuring out just how to use this and apply it to a given problem in the business context is going to make a lot of millionaires. So if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Liam Motley. I've been building and selling AI solutions for businesses for the past 3 years. I've taught thousands of people how to start a business doing the same thing. The new Claude Code managed agents that have come out recently are a pretty big deal. And firstly, because they are basically, if you've been watching some of my content recently, where I'm talking about AI operating systems and how Claude Code can be used to basically run a business or be used as a centralized AI workspace that can basically be a form of AGI for a business, that is very closely tied into the Claude managed agents, which is what we're talking about here. And that the Claude managed agents allow us to take the incredible power that we were able to achieve with an AI operating system or workspace within Claude Code, but put it into the cloud. And they have a managed infrastructure for us to use. And we're only having to pay for the actual runtime. So it can be sitting up there, you create this really powerful agent, you connect it in with a bunch of tools and knowledge and basically the same thing you'd have on your laptop locally, but be able to run that as a part of your application. As I've been playing around with this, it's become obvious to me the connection between what a lot of people are talking about right now as continual learning and the issue around these LLMs not being able to learn continually. This can be solved, and with these massive 1 million context windows, which we have with things like Claude managed agents now, you can create these incredibly powerful, essentially AGI style systems by taking the Claude managed agents infrastructure and giving it the right materials and resources and infrastructure around it needs to act like a ever learning AGI. And this is through things like having databases that is connected to. So of course it can find kind of a system of record. It can store data and it can pull it from the databases. You can have all sorts of like markdown files or text files in there for it to read as well as context to be able to get up to speed on things. You can build custom tools. But once you have all of this set up, then there's this interesting piece about continual learning and memory. And so when you have this Claude Code managed infrastructure that can sort of go on in a massive long conversation, maybe you could plug it into some kind of super assistant app for a given vertical or a specific problem that you can solve for. Maybe you can wrap it up and package it and give it to your clients if you're an AI agency and say, hey, just talk to this thing. It's going to be hooked up into everything like a AI operating system, but you're going to talk to it. And over time, I've been going quite deep on what's called cognitive architecture and how we can, given the limits of these LLMs that they have 1 million tokens and they don't seem to be able to learn continually, how can we create the equivalent of a cognitive or a replica of the human brain, some kind of cognitive architecture that allows LLMs to learn? And so, for example, if you created an application that was acting as a personal assistant for some kind of use case, or it was where a given employee was working for the whole day and just chatting back and forth and using it as their Claude workspace or Claude environment for doing their work, at the end of the day, you could have it go to sleep. And just like our brains, and it's honestly, going through this AI revolution that we're going through and getting really nerdy and into it has made me become basically being much more awe of just how incredible our own biology. And I was already pretty big into biology. I knew how cool all of that stuff was, but this is like the brain. And like, we're trying to find all these ways for it to be this continual learning. And we're just looking like, man, the brain's kind of already got it figured out. This is the only intelligent organ that we know that is able to do this. And so after a given day of chatting to one of these AI assistants that you might give and deploy to a business, at the end of the day, it has certain databases, it has certain documents, it has kind of long-term and short-term memory. And when it goes to sleep, it will be able to go back and analyze the full conversation. It'll be able to kind of update all of the information across the databases. It'll be able to update the text documents as well. And then so when you start a new session the next day, it can kind of jump back in and be like, okay, wow, now I know all of this stuff. I've got this log of all the stuff that I've done over the past few days. I'm going to scan the last like 5 to 10 days worth of stuff that was done. And you have this very, very intelligent long-term assistant. And I think this is the big unlock we're going to see here. You guys might have played around with OpenClaw and this and that. This is the Claude competitor to OpenClaw. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know that I've kind of leaned on the Claude Code side quite heavily and being like, this is much more deterministic. I think some of the OpenClaw stuff is interesting. I think for people who are really, really non-technical, getting that wow aha moment of playing around with it. but I've definitely leaned more heavily onto the Claude Code side. And now we have two competing, and multiple competing actually, different products or systems we can use for these kinds of solutions. And Claude Code managed agents in particular is what I've been diving into on how could you turn this incredible platform. I think you could almost block out all of the other noise that's going on in the AI space right now and say, how could I solve a problem with this? How could I take this, whether it's in a single agent or a multi-agent setup, find some kind of business problem, just turn it into some kind of packaged AIOS offer for a business and say, look, you're just going to talk to this thing. I'm going to work out some kind of cognitive architecture around it. It's going to update itself overnight and sort of refresh its memory and update all of the irrelevant bits of data across the databases and the documents as well. And be able to have this really intelligent super assistant that can do stuff for their business. And this kind of system, every business owner I show it to, they just light up. I've done 2 different masterminds now in person, working with founders to get these things set up. And these kinds of systems really are like the big jump ahead that they need to be able to have some kind of workspace that allows them to work faster, have all of the data in one place, and to be able to build automations and do things on top as well. Now, the building automations on top part is probably not what you want to be selling at this point. The point of this video is just to tell you to get in there and start playing around with it and listen to what I've said about that cognitive architecture piece, because when you have 1 million tokens, you can just keep rambling forever, but having an intelligent system for being able to go to sleep and like update its memory over time, that it can feel like a continuous conversation. I think that's really the key product unlock when it comes to either building products for your clients or building products as like a SaaS. The user experience now can be so much smoother if you can get that cognitive architecture right. And so what does this mean for OpenClaw? For all of you OpenClaw users out there or would-be OpenClaw users, this is Claude's competing product. This is the answer to OpenClaw. Now, I think there's definitely still use cases for it. And by far the easiest way, I think mainly the setup piece has been the most difficult part for a lot of people. Where I've ended up with OpenClaw is just within my Claude Code AI operating system that I use to run my business. I've created a /new-employee command, and I will use the hosting and deployment for that. So I can just hook into the hosting API, and I'm able to very, very easily use their specific setup for creating these kinds of hosted OpenClaw agents. They just make it like so easy. And so what I've been able to do is to hook that into my Claude Code operating system, create a custom command that I'll go /new-employee, and it's going to walk me through asking questions about what I want the OpenClaw agent to do, how I want it to behave. It's going to apply all the best techniques and stuff. And then it's going to connect to the hosting API and use their pre-made setup that makes it very, very easy to host and also manage these long-term. And so beyond there, it's just my Claude Code AI operating system. I've got a couple of different AI employees, and they're getting better over time. And then they're all hosted on hosting, and they're kind of talking back down into my AI operating system. But the one thing you need to be very, very cautious of is when you have lots of these OpenClaw agents distributed, is that they just end up like sending you so much trash. Like if you don't have them really dialed in about and they're specific about how they're feeding information back to you. I think a lot of people are claiming that they've got like, oh, I've got 200 agents working for me. It's like, shut up. Yeah, you don't. You really, really don't. So let's stop lying about it, all right? If you had 200 agents, you just would not be able to even if a quarter of them were ones that you actually had to read the output from. Even if it was just 10% of the agents in that 200 agents is actually stuff that you need to check, and you are essentially the bottleneck. And this is what we're running into with agents, is that humans become the bottleneck. But so when I have a new use case for, say, an AI employee within my workspace, within my company, I'll run that /new-employee command. Actually, I built that live in front of my accelerator members, and that's something that they've got in the program there. But it allows you to very easily, and using Claude Code, to create OpenClaw agents and deploy them to places like Hostinger. So if you guys want to get any links or tutorials on how to do that, I've got some down in the description. But it's just been a very good workflow for me to be able to do that kind of setup. So basically, OpenClaw is still a valid option for a bunch of use cases, but I definitely want you guys to go and check out these Claude-managed agents and just have a think. Have a think about the problems you're solving in your own business. Have a think about the problems you're solving for your clients, and have just a think about the broader problems that exist in society or around you that could be solved through this kind of incredible new platform that we have, because being able to resume sessions and give it a bunch of tools and give it access to a bunch of databases is incredibly powerful. And you basically have your own Claude Code workspace that can be configured and set up in the cloud and then accessed whenever you want. And when you layer on something like a cognitive architecture, I think we have some very, very exciting times ahead of us. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen my video recently, I'm talking about why you need to unplug a bit from all of the AI news. Check that out here. I certainly have been. And it's just really, really essential right now when things are so crazy. You have to find a bit of space. You have to pick something out and say, this is the thing I'm betting on. This is the big thing that I want to take on. And that's what I've covered in this video up here. So stay blessed. Thank you for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next one.